Hello, and welcome to yet another day of NGS action. Today we're going to have a doubleheader, but we'll talk about the second game once we get there. First of all, we have Division B East, Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge versus Frank's Furters. Now the standings for this are going to be a little bit interesting to say the least, but if we take a look... Oh, it looks like the whole thing's broken. Okay, fair enough. That happens sometimes due to... Soothsayer. But main thing to note is for Frank's Furters, this is actually going to be their first actual game played. They had to forfeit one of their games in week 2, and week 1 was a bye week for them. So this will be the first time they're actually up here on stage and ready to perform. They're going to be a huge opener for them. Now, at the same time, if we're going to be looking over at Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge, give me a moment. I'm just trying to pull this up as we go. They currently haven't lost a single map. They are 2 games, 2 domination. So they are top of the table. This is about as big a lead you can have going into week 3. Now, really quickly, we're going to show you the map pick and ban because they are going to be starting shortly. But the map pick was picked by Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. They won the coin toss. And they're going to ban Garden of Terror and Brax of Holdout. Frank's Furters will ban Infernal Shrines, Tomb of the Spider Queen. And for game number 1, we're going to Sky Temple. And that may have been the best timing I've ever done for that transition in my life. Was it pure luck? Yes, but we take it anyway. But we are headed into draft now. So since Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge, they won the coin toss, took map pick. That means Frank's Furters are going to have first draft pick. So they're going to ban away the Blaze. Powerful in the offlane for sure. And also still decently strong as a main tank as well. And especially for Sky Temple, this is a map where technically you never need to cross the halfway point of the map in order to win. So it definitely changes a little bit with the drafts. Bigger tanks are usually better here. Something like the Joanna especially, just being able to stand on the point. Even Arthas could be okay in some situations. If you're looking to just have full control of a point. If you want to be able to attack a point, maybe then you go something more aggressive, kind of like the Garrosh. Maybe the Stitches too. Stitches is a little bit hard to play when you're fighting along the points, but I mean, Stitches can always find the angle. But now the next bans have come through. Daddy Shams will ban away the Malthael. Frank's Furters will ban away the Brightwing. Getting rid of that global healer, always a powerful move, always a good move to do, especially on a map like this, where 2 objectives can spawn at the same time across the map from each other. Now, final ban is going to be another healer, the white main. Going to be banned away here. Now, there are still some picks, like the Joanna, that are kind of fought for. This also includes the Dahaka and the Oreo. I was literally about to say that. You're probably not going to believe me since they locked it in so fast. But I was going to say the 3 main heroes for Sky Temple, Joanna, Dahaka, Oreo. Oreo is super powerful as a healer. Getting nerfed next patch, but I believe with the patch cycle, it's not going to come in for at least 3 more weeks. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's something like that. It's usually in PTR for a few weeks before it does go to live. And Deckard Cain going to get locked in for Indecisive. And the Raynor locked in for Boggs. Now, Raynor isn't a hero we see super often right now. Is basically as straightforward as DPSs can get. Just mostly auto attacks and little buffs towards the auto attacks. But is pretty powerful. Can still deal a lot of damage. And even if it's a basic DPS, it's still a DPS. And it has a lot of good survivability and self-sustain added into the kit. But now we're on the second set of bans. And the Orphea is actually going to be banned. We actually saw that played last night. So Orphea isn't a super common pickup, but it's definitely something that some teams do look to, especially with certain drafts. As Chromie going to be the final ban for Frank's Furters. Now 2 picks have to come in for Daddy Shams. They still need DPSs and they still need a tank. Unless they do want to go the triple bruiser build. Though I haven't actually seen any of that yet this season. And it's going to be the Tyrael and the Grey main for Sir Noble and Sailor Twift respectively. And I was actually a bit confused because I saw a Tyrael play the other day. And that was the first time I've ever seen Tyrael played in competitive, in NGS. And I completely forgot about the Sanctification ability. I'm used to the solo queue mentality of you use it for engage. But Sanctification is incredibly powerful once you are fighting. On a map, especially like Sky Temple, where being able to hold a zone, Sanctification makes it incredibly easy, makes it a lot safer. Now, Rex are going to get locked in for DJ Cold Cuts, and Magic Master will lock in the Cassia to round off Frank's Furters lineup. Final pick, most likely going to be another DPS, and it's going to be the Kerrigan, so something a little bit more aggressive than usual. And these are both pretty interesting drafts. I don't think I can give either of these 2 drafts an advantage. The only thing I will say is Dahaka having that global presence will definitely be powerful. And it's not something they really have a good match towards. But with that being said, it's Sky Temple map number 1. And let's get right into it. All right, and we are into game number 1, Sky Temple between Daddy Shams Cat Lounge and Frank's Furters. So the Kerrigan is definitely an interesting pick. I've seen it picked a couple times in NGS this season so far. It's not a super common pick, but it definitely has been selected. As we see Frank's Furters just doing a little ring around the rosy, around the keep, throwing down the sprays. What even is that spray? Is that Jaina? I think it is. I don't know. No, that might be Nova, actually, looking at the gun. But either way, let's not get distracted. Both teams are going to be running towards the mid lane, though they may walk top. As we actually see the Brushstalker coming in from Krinavast to get that watchtower immediately. Dowling Pig going to be able to get control of this bottom brush, but we'll just back away. And we'll move back up top to get the watchtower. Now, interesting setup already from Daddy Shams Cat Lounge. They brought 3 members straight bottom, though they are bringing them back to mid lane right now. And it seems both teams are kind of trying to figure out where the other team is going to be positioning. Now, they do have the stun, and they're on to Boggs already, and Boggs is going to get taken down immediately. And very quick kill coming out. Michaelin able to get the Impaling Blades with the Primal Grasp. Sorry, I have to read the ability names. That should let you know how often I cast a Kerrigan game. With the Blades, Dowling Pig gonna get almost stunned up. Has the Iron Skin, though, so should be able to get back out. There are 2 health potions coming out, and Indecisive struggling to get into range for the hero, but now Sir Noble is looking for this play. The siege camp has been started by Frank's Furters. Sir Noble's just trying to get in the way, trying to keep it from getting taken. But at the same time, Michaelin and Kurama gonna be taking their own set of siege camps. And Sailor Twift actually gonna get started onto the Bruiser camp right away. And I don't think it's something they'll be able to contest. I don't think they'll be able to take down the siege camp or invade into it, especially since they have split Sailor Twift out towards the top side. But being able to threaten them does slow down the DPS overall. And Sir Noble didn't lose any soak for it. So good play. Just adding a little bit of extra pressure. And it also lets them know the timing of that camp a little bit better. But now the Bruiser camp is already pushing top. But the rest of Frank's Further squads, they've already grouped up. Already took down the Major. And their Bruiser camp will get taken down pretty quickly as well. Boggs actually went for Ace in the Hole, did not go for Exterminator. So it doesn't deal any bonus damage here, but will be more powerful in team fights. But the Bruiser camp is already at the wall, and this wall is going to go down pretty quickly. Misha and DJ Cold Cuts trying to do their best. Now Misha able to get the stun on a Kernavast, but definitely not the best target to go on to. The Dahaka does have that easy escape. And now Misha going to just get burst down over the front line. So another little bit of a kill, but Misha will respawn fairly quickly. Now the Bruiser camp is here for Frank's Furters, but the wall is gone. Scroll of Sealing not going to land. But the counter push will begin. I don't think they'll be able to get quite as much value on this counter push. They could definitely start looking to at least get something, get some pressure happening on the top side, as the two temples are going to be spawning in the next 10 seconds. Frank's Furters is going to get the push over in the mid lane first, as it seems like they are positioning more around this middle temple. But for this top one, Sailor Twift already on it, and the laser beams have begun. And Sir Noble actually has control of the middle one too. Now Dowling Pig going to walk forward. And Magic Master and Indecisive are here as well. So they do have multiple members here. Indecisive going to get knocked away by, I don't know, what are these things called? Enforcers? Defenders. Close enough. And Sir Noble just trying to stand on the point, trying to prevent the laser from going off. But now Sir Noble is in a bit of a pickle, but we'll be able to just blink away to safety. Just trying to delay and buy as much time as possible. And meanwhile, on the top side, Kurama and Sailor Twift, they are basically uncontested over on this laser. And Michaelin's actually also able to get the push over on the bot side. So that's going to be a decent bit of missed soak. As Boggs looking for it, but will take the safe way around. Not going to get caught by those blades. Now final little bits of lasers should be coming out here. And in fact, as we watch these last 5 hits, the top fort got taken down during that. So between the damage with the Bruiser camp and the extra bit of DPS from the temples, they already have the building advantage. Now Boggs gotta get jumped upon. Sir Noble used the, I believe it's the Eldruin's Might. Sorry, these are all new meta heroes for me, so I will need some time to learn their abilities as well. Smite, Righteousness. Yeah, Eldruin's Might is the teleportation one. Okay. Now Dowling Pig just going to be walking forward into Michael, and not really going to be able to fight each other, but they will at least be able to get in each other's way. But now the fight for the bot side siege camp is happening. Both sides level 8, equal towns. But now Kernavast is going to be here, and that's where the power comes in with the drag. But now Detainment Strike on to Dowling Pig. They have the stun onto Boggs, and Boggs once again going to get taken down. And they were able to steal the camp, and they were able to get a second kill. Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge gonna be able to get a decent sized push over in this bot lane as well, especially considering they've started onto this boss. Now they don't have level 10 yet, so in theory Frank's Furters could come and try contesting this. But Kernavast looking for the drag, not going to be able to get it, but they know they're on the boss, but there's really no way for them to approach it. Magic Master is going to be here as well. Boggs is on the way, but they're just too far. The positioning isn't there. And Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge will get the boss and level 10 at the same time. And now this is where the push is going to go. Detainment Strike does land on Dowling Pig. Will go unstoppable with the Iron Skin, but the body blocks are just too strong. And Dowling Pig also going to get taken down. And it's now 3-0. Magic Master going to get pulled back into the blades and will get stunned as well. Misha going to follow. Michaelin is getting healed up by Kurama, so not going to go down to the fort. But this is looking pretty one-sided so far. Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge have put on a pretty good show so far. And the next temples will be spawning soon. This boss is going to be pushing the middle. This temple is going to be pushing... Or, sorry. pushing the bottom, and the Temple will be pushing the middle. And during all this, Chronovas is pushing out top, already a 2-level lead here. A Sailor Twift able to take down one of the cannon towers, and the gate's going to get taken down pretty low, but will not be finished off. But just with the power coming out of these lasers, they should be able to take down this mid lane fort as well. And this is a pretty solid lead. I'm not really sure what else to say. I think that Frank's Furters, they need to try playing aggressive. I like that they're walking forward, trying to get at least a couple hits from this. And it will help them out. Not a ton, but slightly. It's going to be 9 extra hits towards this bottom wall. But it's also 9 hits that aren't hitting their base. And I think that's where the true pressure is coming from. Now, Sir Noble going to be using Alduin's Might, just trying to be a nuisance, dismount people. Chronovas should be safe here. With all the brushes, we'll have infinite move speed. I guess that's the best way to describe it. As Magic Master and the entire squad of Frank's Furters actually here over in this mid lane. They're going to be looking towards the Bruiser camp. I'm going to start clearing that away as well. Chronovas hiding in the brush. I don't think they know, but they definitely expect the drag just barely not going to land. And with that, they will be able to take the camp for themselves. And Zygomatic88, thank you very much for the 2 months. And I hope you've been doing well. It's been a while. But now they're back here over in this bot lane. They're going to clear away this wave. Level 13 has been hit by Daddy Sham's Cath Lounge. But they're just going to sit comfortably. They're going to take their siege camps. Just make sure all the lanes are pushed in. And because it's Sky Temple, they don't need to play aggressive at any point, really. They can just take full control of the jungle and just sit here and wait for the temples to respawn. There will be 2 more temples spawning, so they should get a good amount of DPS from it once it does come back up. As they also get themselves the stolen siege camp. Now Boggs running, but Michaelin is going to be in place, but with the extra shot, Boggs will be able to pull them back. But they have a double siege camp push in the back. As Sir Noble actually going to get out of the way, looking towards Magic Master, and they're able to get the stun. Now the Ravage is coming out over top, but we'll be able to back away. The Sanctification is being used, and it's just being used to help Siege right now. They know they don't need to play super aggressively. They can just sit back and let everything else happen on its own. But stay a while and listen has been hit onto multiple members, but it is a talent disadvantage. Now Sailor Twift is kind of caught in the backline, and they will be able to finish Sailor Twift out. Will they? Yes, they will. Indecisive. Got very low, but will survive. So it's a 1-for-0 so far. Level 13 still not hit, so they were down a talent here, and they were able to win that fight 4v4. The Hyperion was able to deal so much damage over top, and the Temples have now spawned, and now the talents are even. So Frank's Furters, this could be a moment for them to try and catch back up. It'll be a bit difficult just because their lanes are not in a good spot, but Sir Noble also going to get caught. Alduin's Might is down, but they don't have any further crowd control to follow up. Now DJ Cold Cuts and Chronovas gonna be fighting back a little bit 1v1. But Dehaka should definitely win the drag not going to land. Sorry, that wasn't the drag. That was the isolation. But now DJ Cold Cuts is going to get jumped on by Michael and Sir Noble here as well. And they should be able to take that down as another kill will get traded back to Daddy Sham's Cath Lounge. But for Frank's Furters, they were still able to stem off the bleeding a little bit and will be able to get a little bit of extra damage towards this wall. Now Magic Master's in a bad spot, has to hearth immediately. Michael looking for it, and we'll be able to get the interrupt. So Magic Master's in a bad spot, and I think Michael should just be able to win this fight. Will miss the abilities, but the bounce is no longer going, and Magic Master actually able to mount and starting to run away. But Sir Noble gonna be here. Alduin's Might should be able to cancel it. Yes, they will be able to cancel the mount. But now the rest of the squad is here, and Magic Master actually does get saved for now. As Michael looking for the pullback, but not going to be able to land it. And yeah, Magic Master will get the last few shots and will be able to run back into the team. Level 16 now hit by Daddy Champ, so they do have their new talents, and they're going to use that to take this boss. And now this Sangolem is going to be even more powerful this time around. Every single time this boss goes down, it'll be stronger and stronger. But now the team of Frank's Furters, they're looking to get tested. They're down the talent, though. They know it, but they're still looking Hyperion over the backline. But now Crystal Aegis is going to get utilized. Kurama is surviving, and with the Sanctification, they're all going to be okay. They have the pullback as well. And 2 members down for Frank's Furters. And the boss also taken by Daddy Sham's Cath Lounge. Magic Master trying to run away from Corrosive while still stacking a bit of the Lightning Fury. 30 stacks right now onto that Thunderstroke passive. But with this, they're going to have the boss. They're going to be able to deal a lot of damage with this. As the Cadev actually lands on all 5 members. Lightning Ball as well, just trying to be a nuisance once again. As Kurama is actually tanking quite a bit, but will have that insane healing that Oriel is known for. And what she's going to be getting nerfed for. But they're looking to win the game. They're pushing on to the core. It's 11 minutes. And now they're already past the shield. The boss is still very healthy, 80%. Stay a while and listen. Going to land on 4 members, but it is going to get canceled by the core. And they will be able to end it. Game number 1 going the way of Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. And they definitely took the lead early, and they held on to it for the entire game. That is Sky Temple for you. It is one of those games where once you get ahead, it's a lot harder to come back from it. So Frank's Furters, they were definitely in a bad spot once they gave up a couple of the early kills, and especially once their forts were gone. It's definitely part of playing on Sky Temple. Once you lose your forts, if you're the first one and you haven't traded them evenly, it is so hard to play aggressively and come back. There was life from Frank's Furters. They played aggressively when they needed to. They even had a couple 1 fights. So I'm hoping to see more from them in game number 2. Now we're going to go to a short break, but before we do, quick shout out to our sponsor for the day, Match Masters. Match Masters is a competitive match 3 puzzle game. Play 1v1 on the same board, taking turns, get in each other's way, see what you can do to prevent your opponent from beating you, and find out who's really the best at Match Masters. Click the link in the chat or the panel down below, download for free today, and achieve the goals to help support this stream and these casts. Now we're going to go to a short break, but when we come back, it'll be game number 2. Don't go anywhere. All right. Welcome back, and we are into our second draft, Towers of Doom, between Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge and Frank's Furters. Now, Frank's Furters did decide on the map. Towers of Doom was their selection, and first pick will be going over to Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. Now, it is Towers of Doom, another map where the offlane does matter a lot, especially in terms of clear speed and soak ability. Whatever hero you choose, you need to be able to double soak, whether that's something like Zeratul, Dahaka, Blaze can do it, Leoric, obviously. There's a lot of options for that, but being able to double soak is quite important on this map, unless you intend on just fighting the enemy double soaker. Now with that, White Man going to be the first ban for Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. They definitely don't want that healer played. They banned it away in game 1, and looks like they're gonna follow it for game 2. You know, for Frank's Furters, I'm wondering if they're going to kind of change the way they're drafting, because they no longer have first pick and actually going to miss the first ban. So second ban is going to be coming through for Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge as well. And sorry, I don't mean to make fun. There might have been a legitimate reason for it, but Indecisive not able to lock in a ban. I apologize if that's me. I just thought it was funny with that name. But now second ban is going to be coming through, and they're going to ban the Joanna this time. They kept that open last game, and first pick was for Frank's Furters, and that's what they decided for themselves. Now I'm wondering if maybe this could also be a potential strategy of not banning anything, just kind of leaving more OP heroes in the pool. Just kind of trying to have every strong, powerful hero available to both teams. And that way, when you have first pick, you can only pick one of them. Like, for example, let's say everyone wants Oriel, Dahaka, or whatever, but that idea is dashed, as Chromie is going to get banned away by Frank's Furters. I always love giving the benefit of the doubt to teams. And it's always fun coming up with reasons why it would work. But now first pick is going to be coming through, and it's going to be Oriel once again for Kurama. Now last time, Frank's Furters first pick Johanna. That's going to be banned this time around. So they're definitely going to have to go on a little bit of a different draft style. They can no longer center around that Johanna. And last time they also did pick the Cassia. Granted, that was their 5th pick. But I do think it's only because with the extra blind from the shield glare, it does make it more powerful. But they're going to lock in Dahaka and Blaze. So Dahaka, very known to be a powerful double soaker. Very known to be very strong in team fights as well with that isolate. The brush stalker, letting Dahaka get into the fights whenever he wants. And then Blaze going to be the main tank for Frank's Furters, as Leoric and May gonna get locked in for Kernavast and Sir Noble. Leoric again, a pretty standard answer on towers especially. Will be powerful once the Entomb is out as well. Might be a little bit stronger at team fighting than Dahaka, but Dahaka has an easier time getting into the team fights. So that's kind of where that trade's going to be happening. And I believe one-on-one Dahaka does win out into Leoric, especially if the life drain does get, or the drain hope does get dodged away from. Now Kerrigan gonna get banned away from Frank's Furters. They do not want Michaelin playing that again. May as well, pretty interesting pick. We'll have the Ice Wall or the Snowball. Both of those heroic abilities are quite powerful, really in any context. And at the same time, with the extra blind, should be able to provide a little bit of extra kind of tankiness for the whole team. It is a way of looking at it. If you're able to prevent the other team from dealing damage, you're kind of buffing your team in a way. But ATC going to be the next ban for Daddy Shams. And Dowling Pig instantly going to lock in the Diablo. And now that's a very interesting draft now. So it could be Diablo main tank with the double Bruiser Dahaka Blaze. And what I'm wondering is who's going to go where? Is it still going to be double soak with 4 bot? Is it going to be a 1-1-3? And if it is double soak, is it going to be Blaze or Dahaka double soaking? this definitely opens up a lot more in terms of the draft. Because with their strategy, they have more options. Now, some stuff definitely going to be guaranteed, as Boggs is definitely going to have to be sticking in with the team. But now Sailor Twift locking in Mephisto and Michaelin locking in Hanzo. So the two DPS is going to get locked in right now from Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. And they're both very good at interrupting the altars, and both very good at poke and burst damage. They are going to be lacking a little bit on the consistent frontline DPS. And I think they may struggle a bit bursting down the Diablo. But the other side of that is, if you're able to kill the backline, you don't really need to worry about the Diablo. And Deckard Cain, going to be the 10th pick once again for Indecisive. Very interesting draft. I'm still not sure what to make of it on the side of Frank's Furters. Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge, pretty standard draft. They have Oreo. That's always a good sign. But yeah, I think this time we're going to have to see what strategy Frank's Furters have been able to cook up as we head into game number 2.
Prepare yourself for battle, hero.
And here we are. Map number 2, Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge, currently leading 1-0 as we head into Towers of Doom. Now, Boggs is going to be on that fall stat, and I'm interested to see what that level talent is going to be. Is it going to be the Hammerang build, or is it going to be the auto attack build? And I think either of them could be okay here.
5, 4, 3.
I think the Hammerang, as the Gathering Storm is locked in, so it will be the Hammerang build, is a little bit better. Just because it's going to be difficult to auto-attack the backline at any point without kind of all-inning. The Hammerang will allow for a little bit more flexibility in play. Now Sailor Twift going to be going forward, and actually has the Lightning Nova build, so not going to be going for that extra... Or how do we call it? Not going to be going for that Skull Missile build. But now the Hammerangs are coming out. 4 stacks already and 2 stacks on the Scattering Arrow. Sorry, did I say 2? I meant 4. As Sir Noble able to land another hit there. Or sorry, Michaelin. But now they are grouping over to the bot side immediately. And it looks like Magic Master is going to be playing towards that top side. Jet Propulsion just going to go wide there. But there is a fight opening up towards the middle. And this may even be a 2-3 strat. Because right now, they're jumping on a Critovast. The Critovast starting to get low. It does have the Drain Hope active, so we'll be a little bit tankier. Actually levels up, but will get taken down. First blood going towards Frank's Furters. And that's a very good start for them. They need to start strong, and they're going to be going towards their Sapper Camp. Now, the Sapper Camp is going to be getting matched by the side of Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge, so both teams will be able to take down their camps. Now Sir Noble and Indecisive just kind of keeping check, making sure neither side is trying to play aggressively there. As Daddy Shams have already finished off their camp, and now it's going to get matched by Frank's Furters. But the wave is already favoring Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge, so they are going to have to walk forward, or else these sappers will crash. Now they do have the Shadow Charger on a Sir Noble, but with the icing, we'll be able to just back away. Sailor Twift actually going to get rooted up. But the Blizzard actually lands on all 4 members. Is it the Blizzard? Yeah, it is Blizzard. There's 2 Blizzards in this game. Sailor Twift gonna be playing forward. They're looking towards Mephisto, but not gonna be able to find any other play. But both sides have lost their Sapper Camps. Oh, as I say that, Frank's Furters still has 1. Not a lot of HP and will get burst down now, but it was still alive at that moment. Now DJ Cold Cuts is getting jumped upon. And will get taken down by the Drain Hope from Critovast. But they're looking. They're onto Michaelin. They're not going to be able to get it with a Scroll of Sealing. Jet Propulsion also not going to land. But the Detaining Strike onto Boggs. And Boggs will be the one to get taken down in that play instead. As it's a 2-for-0 for Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. Dallying Pig still looking for a play. Sees Michaelin able to get the stun, but not going to follow onto the Shadow Charge. And will be able to just back away and will be safe with the healing coming out of Kurama. Now the first set of altars are spawning. Already a half-level lead for Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. And Flight is going to get utilized by Boggs just to get to the bot lane. They will collect a little bit of the A little bit of the XP, but now they're on to Michaelin, and Michaelin will be able to jump over the wall. Scroll of Ceiling does land into the backline. Magic Master trying to take down Michaelin, but Michaelin has more than enough damage to survive. And now a Decisive is the next target, and the Skull Missile will be coming through, but not fast enough. DJ Cold Cuts now on the backline. Will get the drag, and they have the drag onto Kurama. Kurama is the main healer, but the slow onto Dallying Pig will prevent the follow-up. And they will be okay. They will keep running. 4 damage done. The top 2 altars have been traded, but Sir Noble will lock in the third tie-breaking altar, and it'll be 36-32 in favor of Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. Now Sailor Twift just going to be hit with the Overpower and the Shadow Charge. And no further follow-up. Was already in the Shades of Mephisto, so will not be actually permanently stunned on the other side. As DJ Cold Cuts just trading with Chronovast. And is starting to regen, but Chronovast is actually dealing a lot of damage. Now the siege camp has already been started by Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge, and they should be able to lock it in. Both teams have their level 7 talents, so the XP lead definitely less than half a level now. But they are playing aggressive. Sir Noble trying to walk in, and they could definitely contest this. Sailor Twift is dealing a lot of damage to Dallying Pig. Detainment Strike on a Magic Master. Magic Master will go down, and all 5 members of Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge, they're here. They're looking for Boggs now, but with the barrel roll, will be able to get away. But that's going to be a successful steal on this Sapper camp. And that should be a good chunk of that wall taken down just from the stolen camp. Actually, Dallying Pig will delay it a little bit, but with the Shadow Charge, not going to be able to take it down. And the next set will also land. So this bottom wall is entirely taken down. And it's a big move for Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. They're going to have the extra push potential available for them now. They'll be able to push the waves even further in, so they'll have more movement available to them. But now 42 stacks onto Gathering Storm is quite a bit for 5 minutes, so Boggs might be able to scale up later into the game. It is one of the only infinitely scaling things in this game anyway. As the next 2 altars are spawning towards the top side, Chronovast is just checking, has a Drain Hope onto Magic Master. But Boggs just going to be taking this mid lane for now. Detainment Strike not going to land, as Sailor Twift will get interrupted just in time. Magic Master able to win this fight, and it's actually a 5v4 over in this top side. So if they're able to prevent Sailor Twift, and they could try and fight this. They have the stun, but it's on to Sir Noble. Jet Propulsion lands on all 3 now. Kurama is kind of stuck in the middle of everything, and they are aiming onto this Oriole, and Oriole will go down. They don't have a healer. They have all 3 stuck in the Scroll of Ceiling. Now Chronovast trying to run away. Does have the Drain Hope, but will get taken down as well. Sailor Twift dealing so much damage, though, and the Blizzard will land onto Magic Master. Magic Master will survive for a little bit, but not long enough. Will get taken down. Still sitting at 200 HP. Will have the Lightning Rod, not going to land the Hammerang, though, as Dallying Pig will get taken down as well. And Sailor Twift 300 HP. 1 more auto will be enough. And Michaelin's the last one alive, but Chronovast has respawned and is looking for the play, as Michaelin able to take down Boggs in the back line. And Indecisive now in a pretty bad spot. 4 members of Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge are here. Into the Blizzard, into the boss, and 1 final auto from Kurama to get the kill. So in the end, Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge able to win out on the fight. It was a very close back and forth, but they will get those 4 extra points. So not really 4 extra points. They're able to get their own half. So it is going to be 32-28 now. Dallying Pig already in the bot side, trying to reset on the souls. Did use them in that fight, but wasn't able to get back into play to get full use out of it. Magic Master going to be clearing away this mid lane, as DJ Cold Cuts and Chronovast once again grouping up towards the top. Now the Sapper camp has spawned for both teams. Level 10, though, is on both sides, so if they do try to invade, they will not have an advantage this time around. But Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge still looking to play aggressive. They have Chronovast on the way down as well. But now they have the Dragon Strike over top the bunker as well, as Indecisive looking for positioning. And will be having the Apocalypse and into Stay a While and Listen. And now they're still jumping, but it is on a Sir Noble. Sir Noble is super tanky. But the Ice Wall is going to come through, and the Crystal Aegis as well. And no one's going down, but Sir Noble is in a bad spot. But the Blizzard stun will be more than enough. Boggs will finally be able to get that first kill in the fight. And now Chronovast is kind of stuck in the middle of everyone. Does not have Wraithwall quite yet. And with the Shadow Charge and the Overpower, they'll have more than enough stuns to keep him down. Now Sailor Twift also in a bad spot, but will be using that jump immediately. The Overpower into the fire. They're trying to keep him alive. Kurma able to heal so much, and Indecisive will actually go down during that. Michaelin just free hitting in the backline. And now Sailor Twift on the Mephisto will be able to trade back a second So it is 2 for 2 at the end of the fight. And the original Sapper Camp also going to land onto the tower. And actually, Michaelin able to get the Blaze down. So 3 for 2 at the end of the day. And the altars will be spawning as the Blaze is still going to be back in the base. With that, Boggs is the only one here. 64 stacks, not bad. But I don't think it's something they can prevent on their own. And Kurama will be able to get that locked in. And now it looks like another fight may break out here. Indecisive walking forward. Going to get stay a while and listen, but it's only onto Sir Noble. Not the target you're looking for. Durance not going to land either, as both sides hesitant to go in on those engages. And whoa, Kernavest now going to get jumped upon and is going to use the ultimate. Actually, interesting. They did use March of the Black King, but will get taken down here. But as the trade, they will lose their bottom bell tower. They may have to try trading for this back, but now the ice wall gonna get utilized. It's only onto Dowling Pig, though, not the target they want. Kernavast also able to drain hope onto Dowling Pig. Should respawn soon. 7 seconds left. And that's assuming no more drain life drain hope, as the drain hope does get thrown out, and Kernavast is back into the game. But they need to deal with mid lane. DJ Cold Cuts actually going to take down most of this mid lane wall. But now they need to defend into this fort. Sir Noble going to use the icing just to pull them away. Sailor Twift with a double. Skull Missile able to deal so much DPS over to this backline. Now they've cleared away the first wave. But the side of Frank's Furters, they need to try and either get a fight going or try and take this bell tower back, because the next two altars, they're both in the bot lane. Durance of Hate going to go wide once again, but it's not a super long cooldown. Sailor Twift once again looking to play aggressive here. And now they do have the Sonic Arrow onto Dowling Pig, so they're able to watch this Diablo. They're looking to go in on it, as neither side really wants to go forward. But now the Dragon Strike gonna get thrown out just to split them apart. But they should still be able to fight for this. They are in an even talent here right now. Level 16 not hit yet, but DJ Cold Cuts looking for the Dragon, but Sailor Twift able to jump away just in time. But now the Apocalypse on top of everyone. Can they take Sailor Twift down? They're looking for it. They're pinging, but will be able to just jump away. Now the bunker is dealing so much safety for them. And with the last hammering, we'll be able to take it down. And now the Gust just to pull Michaelin away. The icing over top is going to happen, and the Blizzard will stun too. Magic Master gonna get taken down, but they're on to the Oriole. The Oriole is also gone. Indecisive is alive, but Michaelin and Kernavest and Sir Noble have more than enough damage to get back into it. Scatter Shot just gotta get utilized. One more auto, and Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge able to win another fight. 4 for 2, as the level 16 talents do come out in the end. Sir Noble going to be channeling, and this is going to be a 5 damage altar now. And there's a second one down below. Kernavest was going to run towards it, but now it's going to be the other way around. Now Boggs running away, was trying to jump on a Michaelin, but with Kernavest in the area, it does get a little bit dangerous, as another 5 damage will come through from this bottom altar. And now it's going to be 32-14. And Magic Master and Dowling Pig, they are grouped towards this bottom, but it's definitely going to be hard for them to try and take this bell tower. And with this Sapper Camp here as well, Magic Master does need to walk forward and try to help clear it away. Boggs is going to be here with a final hammering. And with that, they will be okay. But now Michaelin still sitting at half HP. Kurama is here, should be able to heal Michaelin up later. Or might just be holding on to that ability for now, but they do have the jump. And the Gust not going to happen. It's in the Ice Wall. Sir Noble trying to get away. Stay a while and listen. It's going to happen. The Durance of Hate lands on a 3. And they will be able to take down Boggs. Dragon Strike going over top. Boggs just barely able to get off to the side. And now Michaelin in a weird spot. But the second set of Sappers, they're still keeping them away. But now Sir Noble going to get pulled back. But with the Ice Wall, will be able to prevent the front line. One Sapper does go through. Magic Master going to be using the bunker, but the bunker gets blown up immediately. And Dowling Pig all starting to get low, but they have gotten Sailor Twift. That could be the target. And now the Apocalypse over top, and Sailor Twift will get taken down, and that's a big pick-off for Frank's Furters. Now Scroll of Sealing not going to land onto anyone else, but 3 altars have spawned. It is 4v5 on the map, and that's a major DPS to not have here. They still have 5 bell towers. They were able to secure that. As DJ Cold Cuts is fighting into Kernavast. They're looking for the play. Now have the extra slow, and Boggs is dealing a lot of damage. 100 stacks on Gathering Storm. But now Kernavast looking to slow down the play. Will be able to get the Drain Hope on him Indecisive, but with the rest of the roster there, they'll still be able to take this. But these are only worth 3 to them. But because they only got 1, it's still 6 to 5 in terms of damage. Both 6 health left. Things are getting scary for Frank's Furters. They did lose a decent amount of health from that Sapper Camp, being able to hit the core. Now, the next Siege Camp will be spawning in 7 seconds over towards this bot side of the map. But it looks like Daddy Champ's Cat Lounge, they want to go onto this boss. And it's going to be difficult for them because Magic Master is still in the bot lane. They need to hurry. The boss is already at half HP. Can they hold on to it long enough to try and force the fight onto it? They are looking. Dowling Pig is standing over top. But now Dragon Strike over top and everything. Durance of Hate as well. The Gust. So the 4 damage will go the way of Frank's Furters. But which way will the fight go? And now, stay a while and listen. Sailor Twift is over in the backline dealing so much damage. And now Scroll of Sealing going to prevent some follow-up. And it is going to be a 1-for-0. But being able to steal that boss and only losing 1 member for it, I think Frank's Furters is happy with that. They got 4 damage onto the core. And there's no altars up right now. There's nothing for them really to have to defend against. Now, the siege camps are going to be coming up soon. So that is something they're going to have to worry about. But now Magic Master and Bog trying to take it down. Ice Wall going to get thrown down by Sir Noble, but not going to do too much quite yet. And just going to dissuade them from finishing this off. But they were able to get Sailor Twift down into the backline. Half HP, but Kurma will be able to heal that back up. Now this is where the fun really begins. This is the next set of Sappers. Now these Sappers looks like they're going to get cleared away as Durance of Hate once again does go wide. But I appreciate that Sailor Twift is fishing with those Durances, because if you miss it, it's not a super long cooldown. It doesn't matter too much, but if you do land it, it can be pretty big. As Boggs trying to deal DPS over the backline. They have the stun on the Sailor Twift, Jet Propulsion as well, and the Dragon Strike, and to the Gust, and look at all that damage just landing on Indecisive. They're able to take down the Diablo. No souls to come back. Indecisive also stuck in the middle of everyone. Will get finished off. DJ Cold Cuts will have the Isolate, but it doesn't matter. 3-for-0 in favor of Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge, but their fort does go down just in the worst possible time. But now this mid lane bell tower is still up. It is something that they could definitely steal. And with that, with this channel, it will be 5 damage. So Frank's Furters will be stuck at 1 HP. They can't afford any more mistakes. And level 20 is already there for Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. So this is going to be a pretty hard defense coming up for them. But they're going to have to try. They're going to have to try and make this work. And now Boggs just waiting for this mid lane to respawn. But the real push is happening over this bot lane. Magic Master looking for Sailor Twift. Not able to get it quite yet. Level 20 still not hit for them. And some of their members still not respawn. They will have everyone here. Level 20 will be up for them shortly as well. As Kernavast just stepping forward, just trying to get in the way. Dowling Pig with the Firestorm going to try and keep them away. They have the stun, and it is onto their main healer. The Crystal Aegis is going to have to be burned. Dragon Strike as well. But now the Apocalypse not going to hit onto anyone. But with the Gust, they will be able to blow them away. And the Jet Propulsion will land onto 3. Kurma still getting DPS. And just one more auto, but not going to be enough. We'll have the heal in time. Sailor Twift also getting low. And Magic Master also in the back. The Apocalypse is going to go down. Level 20s have been hit, but the fight is still going for Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. 4-for-0. Boggs the last survivor. And will get finished off by Michaelin as well. Dowling Pig has respawned and will be back here. But this should be the end of the game. The siege camp is up. Once they're able to get that, they should be able to end the game. They just need one of these sappers to go in. The camp is taken. Dowling Pig, I believe. Can you 1v5 and save the sapper camp at the same time? And the altar also spawns in 50 seconds, so that should be fun. This should be it. It's just waiting for the last bit to actually end. And actually, Dowling Pig able to get one. Okay, just 4 more. But the final sapper will go through. And that will be the end of the game. A 3rd domination in a row for Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. Very powerful showing coming out of Daddy Sham's Cat Lounge. They had a pretty solid game 1. Game 2, Frank's Furters definitely looked a lot closer. And I'm wondering if part of this is just because they haven't been able to play on stage yet. Having a bye in week 1 and then having to forfeit in week 2 due to unrelated reasons, someone got stuck at the airport, definitely makes it a lot harder to get back in. Now, I'm going to see if any of them are available for an interview on the side of Daddy Shams. So do bear with me for a bit. As we are prepping that and waiting to see if anyone joins. We'll see how much we can actually get done with that. In a moment, let me just make sure the Discord is also set up in case we do need that.
Oh.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
And for chat, joining me today is Sailor Twift. Sailor Twift, how do you feel with that win?
It felt good. My scouting, paid off, and like our plan worked out. Game 2 was a lot closer than game 1, and I got to play Mephisto, which was fun.
I was going to ask about the Mephisto. You definitely seemed like you were having a ton of fun on that hero. You were playing so far up, but you were landing every ability, and that must have felt amazing, eh?
Yeah, it was a very good comp to play Mephisto into. Just like the triple frontline. I definitely got a little too aggressive sometimes, a little high on
Hey,
my own abilities.
you got the win. You're allowed to have a bit of extra fun every now and then.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it was a very fun game for me.
And now a little question about the team right now. So week 3, you have 3 dominations now. What are your hopes for this season? Are you hoping to just win the whole thing? Are you hoping to like get into the top 2? Like,
Ideally, the way one of our close friends is on Protectors of Ire, so ideally, our goal for the season is they get to finals and we get to finals and we 3-0 them.
the 3-0 part I was not ready for. Going for the finals with your friends, yeah, okay, but you gotta 3-0 them. Make them look like fools. And with this, like, how long have you been playing together? Because I feel like I have cast you in the previous season. I might be wrong there, but
yeah, various iterations of like these, people have played together forever. Like I've been playing with Chernobyl for like 7 years. This team specifically, I think this is the first time us 5 have played together like this season. But we've all played like intermingled for a couple of years now.
all right. Well, it definitely shows you were on the same page for most of the entire series. You were playing really well together. And then,
Yeah, sorry.
yeah, no, go on.
I was just gonna say, Michael Lynn has been a fantastic shot caller. He's making sure that we're all doing the right thing at the right time.
Yeah, and Michaelin also put up numbers in the last game, topping the DPS charts at 96k compared to your 83. So that Hanzo was doing a lot of damage as well.
Oh yeah, we were fighting over who should get the crown a little bit, but
Nice.
I think he won out.
Yeah. Well, then, my final question to you is, do you have anything to say to your fans out there, to your Twifties?
Shout out to the number 1 Twifty Shamhat, who the team is named after. She unfortunately hates this game and won't play with us, but she likes cheering us on.
And that's what's important.
Yeah, shout out to our team. Everyone played fantastic, and shout out to the Frank's Furters. They played great, and it was a fun match.
All right. Well, thank you for coming to this interview, and congratulations again on your 3rd in a row domination.
All right, thank you very much. Have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye. And with that, that will be the end of our cast today. And I was thinking about what to do between series because I will be casting another one in over an hour. But because it is over an hour, I think I will be ending the stream here for now and restarting it in an hour. I'll hold on to this for now because I do believe there's another cast starting at 6. So I'm going to wait until Ohms Terrific starts their stream. And once they do, we'll get the raid going over there. And from then on, we'll be able to have this match. Now, as the bot has already posted in chat, one final time for this series. Huge shout out to Match Masters. Click the link, download for free, and hit the goals to help support this stream. The first few goals take as little as 5 to 10 minutes, and they really do help me out a lot as a streamer, as a caster. But with that, I will be going on a break. Once Ohms Terrific is live, I will raid you over there, so feel free to just enjoy the lounge, listen to the nice music, and once they're ready, I'll move you over. And then I'll see you all in an hour for Div C content. Take care now.